Hello students, hope you are doing good, and in today's video we are going to see our very important writer from modern British literature, Virginia Woolf. And I am sure that after watching this video and after covering this writer Virginia Woolf, if there is any question in your UGC NET examination, or if you are giving a SAT examination, or whatsoever examination you are giving from the point of view of English literature, and if there is any question from the Virginia Woolf, you are going to definitely correctly answer it. Okay, so please watch it till end. And if you are new to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. I have made so many videos that will really very helpful for you, and everything is free of cost. You can also join my Telegram channel. So without any wasting our time, let's move to our very important modern writer Virginia Woolf. So first of all, let's have an introduction of her. So she was born in 1882, and where she was born in Adeline, Virginia Stephen in London in 1882. Virginia Woolf was a modern novelist as well as essayist and the critic. So you have gone through the feminist literature, feminist criticism. If you haven't watched my video on the feminist literature, it's upcoming video. Please subscribe to my channel and you will surely get this video, and where you will understand Virginia Woolf as a feminist female writer and how she become this. Total there are 4 wave of feminism. We will completely understand all the 4 waves. Okay, so her father name was Leslie Stephen, and he was a renowned author and historian. He also is the first editor of the Dictionary of National Biography. So this is an information that you have to remember. So if there is any questions from introduction of Virginia Woolf, you are going to surely get the answer. Her mother was Julia Stephen, who was the niece of famous photographer Julia Margaret Cameron. She also served as a model of several pre-Raphaelite painters. Okay, so Virginia Woolf also served as a model for several pre-Raphaelite painters. Okay, so if you want a video on pre-Raphaelite writers, you can comment it down and I will make a video. And whatsoever writer, American English, British English, and anything related to English literature you want a particular video, please comment it down or let me know and I will definitely make a video on it. Okay, so her mother died when he was only 13 years old. So when she was only 13 years old, her mother died. Okay, her half sister also died just after 2 years. So you can say a huge havoc is there in Virginia Woolf's life. So let's see how this Virginia Stephen become Virginia Woolf. So she got married. Okay, of course she got married. So she attended a course of study. She have studied Greek, Latin, German, history. Okay, so these are the core subject that she have studies throughout his life span. And she became a victim of sexual abuse by her half brother. So she became the victim of the sexual abuse by her half brother. Her siblings bought a house in Bloomsbury at 46 Gordon Square 1904. So here she founded a group named as the Bloomsbury Group. We are going to see how many members are there, because UGC NET is asking so many questions from the Bloomsbury. Okay, so we will definitely see it. So Bloomsbury Group को थोड़ा समझते हैं. So Bloomsbury became a center of the Bloomsbury Group. ये एक जगह का नाम है. Okay, it was influenced by T.S. Eliot. It was influenced by whom? It is influenced by the T.S. Eliot. Okay, so you have to remember this name, T.S. Eliot. So there may be a question. Bloomsbury Group is influenced by, there will be 4 options: Virginia Woolf, T.S. Eliot, Ezra Pound. So what is the correct answer? The correct answer is T.S. Eliot. Okay, so we are good to go to next point, that is how many members are there? So there are total 10 core members. Okay, so who are the 10 core members? सबसे पहले Virginia Woolf is there, then Leonard Woolf, his husband, then third Lewton Strachey, then John Maynard Keynes, then E.M. Foster is there, A Passage to India, very important work. Okay, then Duncan Grant, then Roger Fry is there, Desmond and Molly McCarthy is there, and they were journalists, and Vanessa and Caleb Bell. Okay, so you have to remember these 10 names, very important. These are the 10 members of the Bloomsbury Group. Okay, so it was an influential group of the associated English writers, intellectuals, philosophers, as well as artists. According to there was a person named Ian Osby. So according to him, although its member denied being a group in any formal sense, they were united in the abiding belief in the importance of art. So maybe this particular line will be there, and you may be given the four options according to whom. So according to whom? Ian Osby. Okay, so all the members, friends and the relatives lived, worked and situated together. ठीक है, ये जैसे कि हमने लेक पोइट्स देखा, सेम सेम ऐसे ये एक जगह है ब्लूम्सबेरी, इसमें सब लोग आ जाते हैं, फ्रेंड्स एंड रिलेटिव्स, एंड दे वर्कड एंड स्टडी टुगेदर. Then along with 10 core members there was other members too. So I have given you the name 10 important members, but there may other members as well as, but if you are remembering this 10 writers, and that's sufficient for you. Then 16th of June is celebrated as the Bloomsbury date. Very important question can be asked from here. अभी तक UGC ने नहीं पूछा है when the Bloomsbury day is celebrated. So the right answer is 16 June. 16 June is the day when the Bloomsbury day is celebrated. Then Bloomsbury Group were exclusively the members of Cambridge Society called Apostole. An important question can be also framed from this line. So Bloomsbury Group were the exclusively the members of Cambridge Society. So members of Cambridge Society is there, and which is called as apostles. Okay, so please remember all this information. I hope now you are clear to it. Now let's move to our Virginia Woolf. In 1912, Virginia Woolf married Leonard Woolf. I have already told you in the beginning. The couple collaborated, so they both work as Hogarth Press, which published the work of Virginia and other contemporary writers and artists. The first published work in press was Two Stories. So which is the first published work? That is Two Stories. Okay, her first novel. What was the name of the Virginia Woolf's first novel? So the answer is The Voyage Out, and when it is published in 1915. Okay, so you can see she married in 1912, and her work is coming after the 3 years. Her first novel, The Voyage Out, 1915. In 1922, she published her first experimental novel. And which is the first experimental novel by the Virginia Woolf? The right answer is Jacob's Room. Okay, so you have to remember this point as well as. Woolf's most experimental novel, सबसे ज़्यादा experimental novel कौन था? The first experimental novel is Jacob's Room, but the most experimental novel is The Waves, which is consist of soliloquies spoken by 6 different characters, came out in the 1931. Okay, so this is another important point. Then Woolf wrote Ornaldo, and when it is published in 1928, along with the novelist and poet Vita Salvesky West. So there may be a question like, with whom Virginia Woolf have published this novel Orlando? So the right answer is Vita Salvesky West, and when it is published in 1928. So in 1929 she wrote A Room of One His Horse, जिसे हम female feminist criticism में पढ़ते हैं, A Room of His Own. And there was one sequel. Sequel का क्या नाम था? Three Juniors. Okay. A very cool reception was given to her biography written by Roger Fry. This added much frustration to her mental status, and she committed suicide by throwing into the river of use. So एक बंदा था जिसका नाम था रोजर फ्राई, और ये इनकी एक बायोग्राफी लिखता है, जिससे वो बहुत ज़्यादा फ्रस्ट्रेटेड हो जाती है और वो सुसाइड करने की कोशिश करती है और अपने आप को डुबो लेती है उस रिवर में. द फेमस डिक्शन फ्रॉम हर एज सुन एज वंस ओन, ये सबसे फेमस डिक्शन है इनका. अ वुमन मस्ट बी हैव मनी. देखो ये लाइन आपको बहुत बार पूछी जा चुकी है यूजीसी नेट में. इट इज़ रियली वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट लाइन. अ वुमन मस्ट हैव मनी and a room of her own if is it to write a fiction. Okay, so it is who said this line? So Virginia Woolf. Okay, she suffered, now we are going to the next point. She suffered severely bouts of the mental illness termed as bipolar disorder. Woolf is considered as a major innovator in the English language. In her in her work she experimented with the stream of consequences. So now you have to comment it down, who have given this concept stream of consciousness. In my previous videos I have discussed the name. If you have watched it, you may know the answer. Okay, so if you haven't watched all the videos, please watch it, because all the videos are really very helpful to crack you the examination. And if you are new to my channel, you are watching this video for the first time, so you can subscribe to my channel, so that you will definitely going to crack your UGC NET examination in your first attempt. Okay, so after completing the manuscript of her last novel, so what is the name of the last novel? Between the Acts, but it is published posthumously, is after the death of Virginia Woolf. So after the death of Virginia Woolf, which novel is published? Between the Acts. Woolf fell into the depressions, और ये जब लिखती हैं, जब Woolf depression में होती हैं, there was one person, Edward Albee. Okay, so he have also written a work, who who is afraid of Wolf. Okay, who is afraid of Virginia Woolf. Okay, so this is another example. You see, Edward Albee has written a play in 1962 entitled Who is Afraid of Virginia Woolf. She coined the term historical consciousness, very important. So there may be a question that who coined the term historical consciousness. Very important, very important. You can see who have termed this historical consciousness. The right answer is Virginia Woolf. Virginia Woolf's का nickname है goat. Okay, nickname of goat. Okay, all right, so I guess you are clear with the everything. I have explained you everything in very detail, in very less time. See, people are taking so much time to explain this writer, but if you have covered all these points, then be sure that you are definitely going to attempt the answer successfully. Now let's see some major works of the Virginia Woolf. I have mentioned all the major works with date of publication, so you don't have to worry either and either you are opening the Wikipedia and finding all these things, because in this video you are getting everything. And if you have joined my Telegram channel, then I will share this PDF with you, so you don't have to make notes, but still you can have, you must always rely on the net, because you know sometimes it's happened that you lost this PDF, then what will you do? So you can either take the print out, or you can write it by yourself. So here are the novels, and in this video only I'm going to tell you which are the most famous novels that you must have to remember. So now without any wasting our time, let's move to it. Now let's move. So the first one is the Viger is Out, 1915. Then Night and Day, which is published in 1919. Then Jacob's Room, 1922, the first experimental novel. Then Mrs. Dalloway, 1925. To the Lighthouse, which is published in 1927. Then Orlando, a biography, which is published in 1922. Then The Waves, which is published in 1931. Then The Years, which is published in 1937. Between the Acts, which is posthumously published. Okay, and it is published in 1941. Okay, so here are the all novels. You just have to remember 9 and if you are asking that इस 9 में से कौन से ज़्यादा मतलब ज़्यादा chances है एग्जाम में पूछने का, so I am here marking it. Number 1, this one is very important, this one is important, this one is important, this one is important, this one is important, and this one is important. Okay, so these are the most important novels that you have to remember. Now let's come to the short story collections. Virginia Woolf have published so many short story collections, so I have mentioned just 4 here. So these are the 4 very important, but in this 4 also 2 is very important. First one is Monday or Tuesday, which is published in 1921, and the Mrs. Dalloway's Party 1930. और यही जो शॉर्ट स्टोरी कलेक्शन था, इसी को ये फिर नॉवल में बदल देती हैं 1925 में. Okay, so this is, now she have also produced some biographies as well as, so Orlando a biography 1928, और फिर यहाँ पे देख सकते हैं Orlando a biography in 1922. So what she did, there was one work, फिर इसी वर्क से ये अपनी बायोग्राफीज को एक्सट्रैक्ट करती हैं और फिर 1928 में पब्लिश कराती हैं. देन फ्लश इज द अनदर बायोग्राफी बाय द वर्जीनिया वुल्फ. देन रोजर फ्राई अ बायोग्राफी, जिससे वो ज़्यादा फ्रस्ट्रेट हो जाती है और वो सुसाइड अटेम्प्ट करने की कोशिश करती हैं. ओके, so you can see she died in the 1941. Okay, so after that suicide happened in 1940, that biography is 41, and अगले साल वो अपने आप को डुबो के मार लेती हैं. Now let's come to the modern fiction. She have also produced some modern fiction. So here are the list of the 8 important non-fictions. So first one is modern fiction, which is published in 1919. Then the common reader, which is published in 1925, very important date. A room's of his one own, on being third. Three Genius, 1938. It is an indictment of the fascism. Okay, profession of woman. Then Granite and the Rainbow, which is published in 1958. Mrs. Bennet and Mr. Brown. Mr. Bennet, you have heard. Okay, so Mr. Bennet, ये कैरेक्टर कहाँ से लिया गया है, यू हैव टू टेल मी इन द कमेंट सेक्शन. नाउ ड्रामा में इन्होंने केवल एक ही ड्रामा लिखा है, फ्रेश वाटर, जो एक कॉमेडी है. इसको परफॉर्म 1923 में किया गया था एंड इट वाज रिवाइज्ड इन 1935 एंड पब्लिश्ड इन 1976. It is also published posthumously. So this drama is performed during when she was alive, but it was published in 1976. Okay, so she have also written autobiographies and diaries. So here are the three most important work. A writer's diary, which is published in 1953 after the death of Virginia Woolf. Someone finds the original diary that she write to throughout the life, and now finally it is published in 1953. Then Movements of Being, which is also published after her death. Then the Diary of Virginia Woolf, which is in 5 volumes. It is her diary from 1915 to 1947. So maybe there may be a questions that a Diary of Virginia Woolf, इसमें बताइए कि टाइम पीरियड क्या था. तो देयर में भी 4 ऑप्शन, 1914, then 1914 to 1940, or maybe 1935 to 1945. So this, like this, you have the option. The correct option is 1915 to 1941. Okay, so all this thing. Now let's see. I have also mentioned one work here. Everything is mentioned कि अब आपको ये कोई भी अगर वर्क है, इसको पढ़ना कैसे है. So you know, people are wasting a lot of time. सर समरी पढ़ लें, क्या करें. They don't have any particular idea like how to study a work, and when you have so less time and the next examination is approaching soon, so what is the strategy? So this is the strategy. You have to just remember the plot and the important things. Okay, so let's do it. Let's do it together. Okay, so I have mentioned it, and then I have made this note also, as well as you must knows all the characters, like, and then you must know the themes. Okay, so I have mentioned these themes, as well as then why it matters. So Mrs. Dalloway is the key modernist literature, showcasing Woolf's innovative narrative styles through the use of a stream of consonances and the interior monologues. So many interior monologues is there in this work. That is the reason why it is really very important, and it touches on the timeless themes. Okay, so such as role of women, mental illness, and the impact of war, making it relevant to the various contents. For students, the novel offers the deep exploration of the human consciousness, inviting readers to question societal expectations. So this society have a lot of expectations from you. So wherever you are living in this world, a society must have the expectations from you, and you have to fulfill them. Otherwise society will think you are bad or good. So that is the reason why it matters. And now without wasting our time, let's move to the work कि हमें इसे पढ़ना कैसे है. So सबसे पहले ऐसे आपको हेडिंग डालनी है. When it is published 1925, it is called the female Ulysses. So there may be a questions which 4 options दिए रहेंगे, 4 वर्क्स दिए रहेंगे, उसमें पूछा जाएगा कि इसमें से बताइए फीमेल यूलिसेस किसे कहा जाता है. तो द राइट आंसर इज मिसेस डॉलोवे. सो इट इज़ द नोवेल ऑफ वुल्फ दैट डिटेल्स अ डे इन लाइफ ऑफ द कैरिसा डॉलोवे. यही तो है हमारी प्रोटोगनिस्ट है. अ फिक्शनल हाई सोसाइटी वुमेन इन द फर्स्ट वर्ल्ड वॉर who she is throwing a party. Okay, but this condition is severe. Everyone is in shock of the World War I. So everyone is feeling devastating. So many deaths occurred everywhere, bodies and widows. Okay, this is the scene. It is created her own 2 short stories. देखो इनकी भी 2 शॉर्ट स्टोरीज थी, वहाँ से ये मिसेस डॉलोवे को वर्क निकला है. मिसेस डॉलोवे इन बॉन्ड स्ट्रीट एंड द प्राइम मिनिस्टर, विच इज़ अनफिनिश्ड. फ्रॉम हेल्प ऑफ दिस 2 वर्क्स शी फाइनली पब्लिश दिस वर्क मिसेस डॉलोवे, विच गॉट वेरी फेमस, very famous. Then the novel address Carisha's preparation for the party which she will host that evening. So it is one day. Okay, a day, एक ही दिन की novel है. This novel covers one day from the morning to night in the Dalloway in the June 1923. If date is asked, you have to remember that June 2023, and she published this work in 1925. Now let's come to the plot. थोड़ा सा plot को समझते हैं. So Mrs. Dalloway, or you can say Carissa Dalloway, an upper class housewife, walks through her neighborhood to prepare for a party will host that evening. The day reminds her of her youth, her marriage to Richard Dalloway. Okay, so ये अपनी चीज़ें याद करती हैं, अपने यूथ के बारे में याद करती हैं, अपनी शादी के बारे में याद करती हैं. Then there was a person that name is Stephen Warren Smith. So if you are preparing for the assistant MPPSC Assistant Professor, then this Virginia Woolf is really very important. So that is the reason why I have mentioned here. You can see Unit 5 Assistant Professor. So from there I am teaching you this thing, but this is really very helpful for your net preparation also. So in last paper I have seen this question. There was this collector Stephen Warren Smith, and it is the question was that he is suffering from which disease. So he is suffering from the mental trauma and the frequent hallucinations. Okay, he committed suicide by jumping out of the window. Carissa's party in the evening is slow success. It was not a successful party, it's a slow success. She hears about the Stephen's suicides at that party, gradually comes to admire his strong act, which she considers as an effort to preserve the purity of his happiness. Stephen was the patient of Dr. Bradshaw. Okay, so this is the how you have to study the plot. Then here you can see my plot overview. So let's understand the plot overview. So Carissa Dalloway, जो कि protagonist है, spends a day preparing for the party she is hosting in the evening. As she moves through the London, she reflects her life choices. Okay, she reflects कि उन्हें क्या क्या चीज़ें पसंद है, including her past love. She have an affair with the Peter Walls, and her decision to marry her husband Richard Dalloway, but she rejected the proposal of Peter Walsh and she married to the Richard Dalloway. Then there was one character, Stephen Warren Smith. He is the war veteran suffering from the shell shock, PTSD. There may be discussions that Stephen Warren Smith is suffering from which disease. Okay, so the right answer is shell shock, PTSD. Also figures prominently in the novels. His tragic life is the intertwined in the characters as both characters grapple with their inner lives and effects of the societal process. The narrative shifts from the Carissa present day's thoughts, memories of her youth, exploring her inner conflicts, relationship, and her feeling of isolations. Okay, so we have these four major characters. First is Carissa Dalloway, the protagonist. Then Peter Walsh, the Carissa former rubber who is re-enters in his life, वो फिर से वापस आ जाता है. Then Stephen Warren Smith, and then Richard Dalloway. See, I have seen so many YouTube videos that people are going to give you the summary in Hindi. They just give you the summary in Hindi and you will listen it like a story and you think that now I will clear the examination, but it's not like that. You have to prepare following notes just like I have done it. Then only you will have clear concept. Anything mind maps is very important to crack an examination. So that is the reason why I bring this YouTube channel to you, so that you have some kind of strategy, some kind of good things that will work for you. Like you can see like how well I'm doing it, like I am giving you every detail in just one video only. I'm not making it part 1, part 2, part 3. I have watched so many YouTube channels where they are giving you so many parts, but I don't give them in parts. I just prefer only single video, and in my single video only I cover everything. I hope you like my video. If you have liked this video, please subscribe to my channel, please like this video, please share it with my friends, so it will help me to grow on YouTube. Okay, so now without any wasting our time, let's move to the theme and the analysis of the Mrs. Dalloway. So first of all, what we can see the theme of time and the memory, where the Woolf explores how the past and present coexist within individuals. See, जो past है और ये present है, ये हमेशा connected रहता है. Okay. So this is the one theme, and Carissa's reflections on her youth and her choices highlight the fluidity of time and how memory shapes the present. So memory shapes the present. Okay, so what you have become today, it is the reflection of the past only, or it is not said by some great philosopher, it's just my words. So now second themes, what we have isolation and the mental health. We have seen the isolation, Stephen Warren Smith, Stephen Warren Smith is there, where we can see the isolation and the mental health. Both Carissa and Stephen feel sense of the disconnections So after the World War I, everyone is feeling the disconnections from the world around them. Caressa struggles with the emotional isolations. Despite her social, despite her social lives, she is feeling a very much disconnection with the society. So while this Stephen's mental health deteriorates due to his war trauma. Okay, so you can see this another theme, which is isolation and the mental health. Now we have third theme, that is identity and the society. So Caressa search for the meaning and the self identity. Caressa is searching for what? She is searching for the meaning and the self identity that reflects the pressure of the societal roles, especially of the woman. Her roles as a wife, hostess, conflicts with her desire for the professional freedoms. What she want professional freedoms and the deeper connection with his life. So this is the third theme, that is identity and the society. Now let's move to the fourth points, that is the fragility of the life. This is the fourth theme which I have found in this work. So what emphasizes how fleeting fragile life is, as illustrated through the Carissa's thoughts on the death and her interactions with his Stephens. So who ultimately takes his own life. She okay, so you this is the fourth theme. So you may find more themes. Okay, just you can comment it down or you can add it in your notes. So that's all. Thank you so much thank you so much for joining me today in this video. I hope you like this video. Please share my channels, please subscribe my channel, and I will see you in the next video. You have to comment me down which writer you want me to cover in my next video. Thank you students, hope you are doing great, and we will definitely going to crack this examination together. Thank you so much.